next to rock like Mick Foley. It's Nick Joby, kill him softly, play that shit slowly. On the keys like Tony, throwing subs, they get toasted. About my bread like a hoagie. Ice cold, look how I ride the Zamboni. I feel like Otani, good anywhere you throw me. She eat a Chobani, cause her body getting bony. Late night, heavy scrolling, vape light, heavy smoking.
And that I miss Android, especially Android Auto. Look, there's nothing wrong with Apple CarPlay. It's a great system, but there's two things I absolutely love on Android Auto. First of all, split screen. I can see my GPS and I can also see Spotify, what's currently playing. If I change songs, I can see what's currently playing. And notifications. Oh my God. I miss that. Like, look at the way it just splits. It's so good. And then, like, let's say I'm driving. If I want to just check what that person is saying, I can just click on this here. And then I have all my notifications. Like, if it's not an emergency, I can literally tell by reading the first few words, which is freaking dope. It's amazing. I absolutely love Android Auto for that.
Aside from all them days with the guys, try to mask it, but I know you see the pain in his eyes.
What I will say about Apple CarPlay is that it does indeed have a more reliable connection than Android Auto. Like, my Pixel sort of disconnects from time to time, but Apple CarPlay, it's always really good.
Curtains aside, and it's disturbing behind, but yo, y'all love to say it's worse in your mind. Still I'm searching to find something that's bigger than a verse or a rhyme. Find your wings and then the courage to fly, cause we all.
Alright, so yesterday I finally switched over to the 16 Pro Max from the 15 Pro Max. And honestly, it was quite smooth. I had no trouble, transferred everything fast, apps were seamless, I didn't have to relog into anything. The only issue is these freaking eSIMs, man. Like, I don't know what I did, I don't know if I was in a rush or anything, but I might have maybe deactivated my SIM card.
So Jan calls me last night through Instagram, and I'm like, why is he calling me through Instagram? Turns out that, well, I gave him my 16 Pro Max, so he can use that now as his daily phone. So he changed from the 15 Pro Max to the 16 Pro Max, and now he's having SIM card issues. Now, I don't know what happened. His phone is like not working. It's kind of annoying. These are the type of like unexpected events that can happen during these type of videos. So we have to head to the mall, try to figure this out. It's currently 8:58. My phone's at 93%. I just really hope we get to figure this out pretty quickly. iPhone versus Pixel. I never thought I'd make a video like this year, to be honest. Very similar phones in terms of design, that's for sure, with the biggest differentiating factor, that SIM card tray. Luckily, turns out it's still a thing here in Canada, but I know that in the States it's not. I'm not really looking forward for that day to happen to us. So aside from that, physically going back and forth between the iPhone and Pixel, the most noticeable thing is that the difference at hand is almost minimal, especially with a case. And what I mean about that is that when I went to California for the release of the Pixel, I was baffled by how much this looked like an iPhone. But you know what? I really like that. The redesign has been so good, and I love the fact that unlike the iPhone, the camera bump actually makes sense. It's so awkward putting an iPhone on a table without a case. The side rails of the Pixel are glossy, just like the other iPhones, but to us, sometimes this phone without a case feels less slippery than the iPhone.
They both grip the same amount.
Yeah, the same amount, huh?
I would say, honestly, the Pixel for me, just because I'm not used to it.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
But like this, it's a slight difference.
If your palms sweat a bit, the iPhone definitely grips better without a case. But if your palms are dry, you're good either way. Both phones have matte back covers, which I love, although I think the iPhone is a bit more durable in certain aspects. I've realized over time, the Pixel did develop these weird scuffs that have evolved during my ownership. I mean, this one here, I have to admit, I did drop it without a case, but the camera bump scuffs are kind of annoying. Both of them do weight and measure about the same thing. The numbers are ridiculously close, but you know what's ridiculous? That little tiny difference of 0.1 inch in width is quite noticeable when holding with one hand. So the Pixel does feel slightly slimmer in my opinion. Just give your honest opinion. That's just fine. What feels slimmer?
Pixel.
The bit or
Feels it's quite noticeable.
Yeah?
Yeah, it feels so much wider.
the iPhone?
Even holding the 15 Pro Max, you feel like something's off. Yeah. You don't feel a difference?
A tiny bit. It's noticeable a tiny bit, but I don't know. Some people think it's like a big difference. Some people. Bro, now that I changed back, people are not happy, bro. I destroyed chats now. No more FaceTime. Green. I'm like, yo, you guys need to update your software so you can have RCS. I was like, what is RCS?
Yeah, what is that?
Bro, I just
physical SIM signal.
Okay.
That's what it does. Is it'll take the physical SIM and switch it to an eSIM.
Yeah,
And
he
then,
thinks he did that for the 15 Pro Max.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of eSIM, man. Because if you want to switch to other phones, then
That's the only complicated point.
Apple, if you're watching this video, please keep the SIM card trays. Please. Spent like 2 hours on 2 seconds today.
Est-ce que j'ai des bonnes chances?
Yeah, I guess if you have to. I think Google Pay is better than Apple Pay because there's so many more features, and you can create a digital pass from a photo or barcode or whatever, QR code, and you can just insert it in there. So if your card is not supported, let's say you have a boarding pass, in paper boarding pass or whatever, you can create a photo and put it in the wallet. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's sick. Like you have a few more features with Google Pay, but the Apple Wallet, like Apple Pay, always have the latest. The latest stuff always comes on Apple Pay. I hope she finds it though. I completely forgot to reset up my wallet again, I guess. I don't know, my Amex just disconnected. But it's a good thing because I always have like my MOFT wallet connected as a magnet, so I have all my cards just in case. I also noticed within the iPhone videos, some of you wanted a discount code, so I asked MOFT to give us one. So just use A15 for 15% off. You're welcome. So my Pixel setup, it's been really simple. I got this case from Caseology, which I've paired with a MOFT ring. You can get this off their site or on Amazon. It's what allowed me to stick my MOFT tripod wallet to my Pixel. Not only that, but when I travel, this is what allows me to use a few other MagSafe accessories I enjoy rocking with me. When it comes to the iPhone, Jan on his 15 Pro Max, he's been rocking the same MOFT setup for over a year now. It's aged so well. So we decided to rock it again with their creator kit. The purpose of the creator kit from MOFT is to deliver the most creative MagSafe iPhone accessories, and I find it's the brand that does it extremely well. The box offers exceptional versatility and flexibility, and it enhances a day with your iPhone experience in unique ways. The creator kit includes the invisible tripod, which has been one of my favorite tools to use because it's so easy to set up in different positions in order to create media or just consume content. It's got a proper hinge and great materials, just like their tripod wallet, which is what I currently use the most, and it's what gives me the ability to store my cards as well as use all the different setups I can form with a stand so I can do my thing. It's the setup that makes it extremely easy to tap your cards while leaving them in your wallet, but the box also comes with the snap-on stand and wallet for your cards. This one here is Jan's favorite since it allows him to simply just use his cards when needed as well as use it as a stand in various ways. You can fit up to 2 cards in here, by the way. The box also includes the lanyard, which is pretty cool. Jan really liked rocking it at the beginning of the year. That little tray pairs with the MOVA snap-on case with vegan leather materials, where on top of that tray lives the Snap Flow. The Snap Flow is their latest creation. It's one of those things that allows you to have quick handy notes with a pen at hand wherever you go, and you don't lose the ability to stand your phone. Look, the Creator Kit is the most creative and versatile box you can get. It's a box that delivers all the necessary accessories for you to switch based on your daily situations. It also makes a great gift for the upcoming holidays, so don't forget to use A15 with the links down below if you want 15% off. Enjoy your MOFT Creator Kit.
It's currently 11:53 and we are at 83%.
Honestly, we haven't been doing much with our phones except for like texting. I've been on WhatsApp mostly and he's been on iMessage, just texting back and forth. Right now I'm gonna head to the other office. You know what? Let me just show you this.
This is what it looks like right now.
It's a bit of a mess. I had John sort of set these things up so we can start actually sorting all of our text. There's a lot. Thank God there's a lot.
You spent like what?
Okay,
2, 3, I don't know, like 4 hours maybe?
Yeah, sorting it and then building.
These are actually not the best, huh? To build. Remember what they were called? There's these IKEA shelves that are like made of metal. They're like metal sheets. They're kind of really hard to build.
Holes weren't aligned properly on this one. Like, it was just a mess. I had to force them in.
Yeah, see all this mess though? This is what we sort of want to sort with time, because we'd like to make this an actual space for storage. And maybe if we ever hire a third person, have them work here, because we're a bit cramped than the other place.
So what we'll do is that like you'll sort this stuff. I'll bring the Mac Studio. I'm gonna set it up at home. It's time for me to use that computer, and then with time we'll start planning. Like we'll do a whole makeover.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this?
This is sorted.
Yeah.
Apparently.
There's nothing wrong with that. Tripping and we all lose track. I wouldn't mind it if I find it.
I'm coming now.
Okay, perfect then.
Is the monitor good or is fine? Did it work with the? Okay.
Should I find it?
We went, it was literally 5 minutes. The guy did it in 5 minutes.
If you guys have watched our Mac Mini review, she's done. It's a great freaking computer, but the way I use it, man, I abuse that thing.
And ever since, I mean, it's been mainly collecting dust. So I'm going to do something else with it. I've been using the MacBook Air mainly, but it's time to get a Mac Studio here.
Mainly because, to be honest, Mac Minis are what I use to learn iOS development when I have time. So time for the Mac Studio to come in and beef it up.
Bam. I'm just gonna spend some time setting this up. It's not gonna take too long, honestly. It'll probably be super quick.
The Pixel has this 6.8-inch Super ActuA display, and the 16 Pro Max has this 6.9-inch Super Retina XDR display, both being 120Hz, with the Pixel delivering HDR10+ and the iPhone Dolby Vision. What I absolutely love though about the Pixel is how insanely bright it gets. It's a lot more noticeable than the iPhone. I mean, we are talking about 2000 nits versus 3000 nits. It's quite noticeable when outdoors, let me tell you that. The Pixel also is able to dim itself a lot more than the iPhone. I ran this test the other day, but I like the fact that the Pixel screen can go this low in brightness compared to the 16 Pro Max this year. Plus, it's got this extra dim feature that you can enable, which seems to help even more. It's one of those things I just love using at night. However, I bet you did not know that the iPhone has it too. If you set your reduce white point within your accessibility shortcut settings, you can triple click on the power button and it will dim it further more, which will make your iPhone just as dim as your Pixel. Both phones have great bezels, with the iPhone being a bit thinner and cleaner. However, they both kind of suck at minimizing glare. This has Corning Gorilla Victus 2, and the iPhone has the ceramic shield. But I did realize that the ceramic shield is quite less susceptible to micro scratches compared to the Pixel, and to dust as well. The Pixel picks up quite a lot of dust on its screen. Two things that the iPhone display does a lot better than the Pixel. Always on is one of them. It's so much better. I mean, look at the difference. The Pixel, I find it really lacks there, and the screen taps as well as cursor scrolls and just traversing text overall is so much better on iOS. I also just miss having all the options that iOS offers, and traversing text with the spacebar is just, it's so nice. But I will say that the haptic feedback on the screen from the Pixel is so freaking good. It allows me to type a lot more accurate
I don't know, in a way. Maybe it's because the Gboard. It's like I've forgotten to type on the iPhone, to be honest. I keep making spelling mistakes and things like that. John even tried the Pixel Fold and he loved the typing experience, like the haptic feedback you get on your thumbs. It's really nice. And he's a die-hard Apple fan. He really liked that from the Pixel. The Mac Studio looks pretty freaking good. I'm so excited to use it, install all the proper software you need on it, like code on iOS and stuff. Yeah, buddy.
By the way, I'm currently working with LG on a campaign for the LG MyView UltraWide smart monitor. There's nothing I enjoy more than taking product pictures, especially with white products like this one. I did not know they made a MyView smart monitor that was 34 inches in ultrawide. My girl uses the 32-inch flat panel and she loves it. So the cool thing about this one is that it's a 21:9 aspect ratio curved monitor with a WQHD panel outputting a 3440 by 1440p resolution, and it also has HDR10 with sRGB at 99% and comes with WebOS. I'm a huge fan of the image quality LG panels output. That's why I've got a LG TV here at the condo, and the image quality this outputs out of the box is really nice. That's one thing I realized when I was setting this up yesterday. Anyways, I decided to let my girl use it to see how she enjoys having a monitor that allows her to, better multitask by displaying multiple windows side by side. It's just one of those monitors you can literally just use for AirPlay 2, screen share, and it features Bluetooth. Now it's got speakers, so that's something she enjoys, but the fact that she can literally set up her laptop with a dock and connect it to a monitor like this and still have WebOS to chill and watch Netflix in between her breaks, it's kind of cool for her. WebOS literally allows you to explore numerous contents with built-in streaming services like Netflix, Prime Video, Disney+, YouTube, and Apple TV. Also, if for some reason you don't have a PC, it is home office ready, meaning that you can have access to PC and cloud PC remotely and enjoy multiple home office services all without a computer. I had to VESA mount this, by the way, because I think it looks cleaner and allow me to just take better pictures during the day for their own Amazon Prime Day deals. I'll leave some of their links down below. I might just feature this within a work from home desk setup video, as my girl, who's a CPA, seems to like it for her own work setup.
I'm trying to see if I can drop the RS6 today for the PPF. I'm not going to be here for like a week. We're leaving on Wednesday for Austria, so I'll be back on Tuesday. And I was thinking maybe I'll just drop it off today and they have like the whole week to do the PPF and just tint the windows. That's all I'm doing for now. I forgot I parked outside. Anyways, it's 1:55. We're at 68%. Let's head to the office. Mainly wondering how the second spot is looking. I really hope Jan is not struggling too. Man's going through it. Oh wow!
Hello, my friend.
It's pretty good.
More space, huh?
Yeah, bro. Literally.
Apple we have.
Holy! That's a lot of
We're
stuff.
gonna need bins, bro.
Bro, that's almost 5 years of hard work. Wow, that's crazy.
Those are the boxes that we're keeping here. We still have some at the office, the other office.
Yeah, it's
But
true.
how sick would it be, like all the laptop boxes?
Damn, bro. It's looking good though.
Not bad.
With so many monitor stands, I don't know which stand is for what. Bro, I never thought this would happen in my lifetime. All this tech, bro. I'm literally just gonna let him do its thing for a bit. I, on the other hand, I have to call Kevin because we wanted to drop a few things that are part of his desk setup video that's coming in November, so stay tuned for that. And then I gotta check if I can drop the R6 at top wrap. Mon fils, est-ce que t'es chez toi?
Yeah, pourquoi?
On va juste drop le pour hide ton cable, like les trims.
Ok, yeah. Ça se peut, je suis en meeting, juste dis-moi quand t'es en bas, ok? Je ouvre.
Ok, de toute façon, je vais te texter juste pour make sure je te bother pas.
Ok.
Okay, perfect.
Ouais.
Okay. We're also good to drop off the car today. Perfect. Okay, so battery life. We are at 63%. It's 220.
I was definitely on Spotify for a while I was setting up the Mac Studio, taking a few pictures for LG. In the car, well, mostly Android Auto, to be honest. And I took a few phone calls. I texted a few people. I was walking here and more phone calls. Anyways, you guys will get to see like later on during the day what the battery sort of activity looks like for both of us, John and I.
Anyways, I'm gonna let John do his thing because I gotta take a bit of time to film our reels for the PX13 we have. This is the ASUS ProArt PX13.
With all the laptop boxes that you guys have pretty much seen in the room over there, well, one of those is for this ASUS ProArt laptop.
Anyways, if you guys want a review of this, let me know. This has an AMD Ryzen AI 9 with a GeForce RTX 4050. You've never seen it?
No, it's bigger than I thought.
The space, huh? Yeah.
Before it was, bro, we had all this on the ground. You had this much space.
You're at 62?
Yeah.
I'm at 50. Are you at 62 now?
I should be.
At 59%.
Oh no, 59.
Oh!
Damn, this is a good comparison.
That's cool.
Give us a list of all the things he wants us to change for the setup. So like that in November we do the changes for the video.
Surprise! No drilling. No
drilling.
We can drill if you want.
You know, I've realized that the biometrics for the Pixel are better. It's just better because sometimes Face ID just doesn't do it. You have to register at least like 3 types of different faces, whether you have glasses on or a hat, your bare face. Like, you have to register these. And if you need your phone quickly, regardless of whether or not they are registered, Face ID doesn't always work flawlessly. Now, if you've only used an iPhone, you'll never realize this is a particular struggle, mainly because you've never tried anything else. But ever since I've tried the new ultrasonic fingerprint sensor on the Pixel, I've found this to be absolutely fantastic. I've registered both thumbs and it works 99.99% of the time. I think that the 0.1% is when I get out of the shower and my fingers are a bit more wrinkly. This also has Face ID, which is really good, but the fingerprint sensor is so darn fast. I rarely find myself using my passcode or Face ID to get into my phone. With the iPhone, it always takes, that extra second to reach out for it and aim it towards you. I like just reaching out for my phone and putting my finger on it. It's quicker and it's one of those things I miss about iPhone. Rest in peace, iPhone 8.
Yeah. Listen to those speakers?
The number one thing that really makes me want to go back to iPhone is log. Like the fact that the Pixel doesn't have log, it's not a deal breaker, but for us, log is just so essential. And just the camera setup for the iPhone with log, it's a beast. And I think just because of that, it makes that camera system better than every other phone. However, for photos, the Pixel is just amazing in my opinion. Here we go. This as a daily user is my favorite thing ever. The cameras. The Pixel has incredible cameras, okay? But let's start with the iPhone here because the biggest upgrade this year was the 48 megapixel ultra-wide camera that still pairs with a 15 megapixel main lens and a 12 megapixel 5x. All of them produce really good pictures. However, I like the camera setup on the Pixel far better, mainly because I love taking tight shots from far. This year the Pixel got a 48 megapixel main camera paired with a 48 megapixel ultra wide and a 48 megapixel 5x telephoto. A telephoto that is far more superior in my opinion in a lot of different scenarios. The colors that the Pixel produce also seem like they are much more vibrant and accurate. It has the real life sort of feel. I find that iOS tends to over sharpen pictures in my opinion. I'm not a fan of its image processing pipeline for some stuff like colors and sharpening, but compared to the Pixel, it consistently handles highlights fairly well. The iPhone also makes the pictures look a bit more dull from time to time. I know this might be a bit of a subjective conversation, so I will say that aside from these personal remarks, the main camera on both are good regardless of whether we are comparing them or not. The ultra-wide is the same thing. I think that both produce great photos. However, for me personally, the Pixel seems like it makes the pictures feel a bit more realistic and immersive. Again, the iPhone just always seems to introduce that sharpness into the pictures. And if you look at the sky, a lot of the time you'll realize how dull it is, which makes me prefer skin tones on Pixel overall. The 5x on the Pixel is a lot more clean. It's a 48 megapixel sensor, so you can tell the difference in my opinion. On top of that, when you bring these types of pictures over into Lightroom, that's where you start noticing how clutch this 48 megapixel sensor can be. When it comes to the quality of selfies, the Pixel is phenomenal, and this also stays true for low light situations. However, one thing the iPhone does absolutely well is portrait mode. It's nice on Pixel, don't get me wrong, but your portrait pictures can be modified slightly further and better on iOS, mainly because it captures depth information, so in the app you can really tweak the picture to your liking. Anyways, just to go back to low light for a second, in low light the Pixel is good, but the iPhone can be as well. I do find, however, that the auto white balance on the iPhone can be a bit aggressive at times. True to life colors can be a bit wonky, but not for all pictures because there are times where the iPhone really nails it down. Look, as the day went by, we took a few more pictures, even at night with different focal lengths, but as I went to Austria, I took a bunch of really cool pictures to show you guys with both phones, and I even edited them for you so you can see how much work you can do with these without them even break.
I just wanted to show you guys the lens transition because on iPhone it's so much quicker. Look at this. Focus slightly, right? Look how quick iPhone is. Boom. You can't beat the lens transition on iPhone. It's so freaking quick and smooth. So, do you use the camera controls at all?
I don't know, man. Like, it's there, yeah, but like on the ads you see it, you're like, oh damn, like it's sick.
Right.
But like practically, like
you don't find yourself using it that much.
Yeah, and like if you're doing mostly socials like we do, like vertical, bro.
Right.
Like you're not putting your taking
thumb
a picture,
there.
yeah.
It's kind of like a reach.
It's odd. And like to get it straight,
right?
To get it like this straight, it's kind of like tricky.
Funky. Yeah.
So like you're kind of really not putting it that way.
Yeah, I don't know. Camera control, it's cool. It's such a cool feature. Like it makes the iPhone feel a bit more like a camera, but because phones are meant for social media more than anything, it's kind of like a feature that you don't find yourself using like naturally as much as like maybe Apple wanted us to use it, right?
So like let's say I'm doing the way I usually shoot and I want to zoom in.
Right. It's not like
now like
you really have to reach for it.
You really have to like lay your whole thumb down there.
Yeah.
Like you're not like this. I suppose like if you're shooting this, I see what you're talking about. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like when it's used more as a camera, it makes sense. Usually on days like these, when I'm like super busy, sometimes not that I forget to post on Instagram, I'm just not like paying attention to Instagram, so that's why I'm not that much on social media. Kind of normal when like we have so much going on during a day. It's just like I'm not thinking about like
social media and stuff like that. I just tend to post whenever I feel like it, especially stories. I just want to be like sharing stuff with you guys whenever it gets appropriate or whenever I'm doing something cool. Right now, we're gonna get this baby, my little baby. Shout out to Top Rap. If you guys have been following us for a while, you know for a fact, 5 years ago, this is where I started learning how to properly shoot with Jan. And I was here like every day shooting cars non-stop, just as a side gig, trying to make money and stuff. Kind of crazy. Always come back here to wrap my cars. I owe that to Kane. So yeah, it's insane. Remember, bro,
Dude,
when we used to come here every day to
This
shoot?
is the start, man.
This is the
This
start,
is like,
bro. Insane. Top Rap, baby.
Dude, literally where it all started.
You boy. Yes, too excited. Look how clean this Aston is. Oh my god. How are you, bro? No worries.
Good to see you.
Yeah, likewise, man. This is John, my partner. Bro, all I need, so I'm gonna do, the PPF, the tinted windows. I'm gonna lower it a bit, pop out put some spacers, and change mid-pipe. Can I film that? Oh! What the f? Bro, I've never seen that other in my life. Yeah. Holy sh. You say your phone got leaked and you're getting these weird texts?
Yeah.
On Android, they get blocked automatically. So I don't see them on they just get blocked. Yeah, but when I was on the iPhone, like last week, I would get these random texts, but on Android, they just get blocked. Show me.
Motherfucker, I've been mortified, 45, feeling like a Mordecai. I ain't regular, feel like Jordan wearing 45. Traumatized, victimized, seen some of my die. Knock you off a base with a bat when them niggas slide. Homicide, genocide, televised, emphasize, perpetuating war. Tell that nigga he gon' pick a side. Hood, top from hood, like my nigga doing dope. Don't run into the cops.
Yeah, because they're here. The Raptors.
What do you mean they're here?
The Raptors and I forgot what team.
John and I are literally planning on going to the gym, and luckily I have some clothes here, so we can go to the gym directly because I have no car. Before we go to the gym, one of the last things I want to talk about is iOS versus Android, mainly on Pixel, because I think Pixel is such a great phone. If some of you guys are actually looking to transition from iPhone to Android, it's the phone for that. It's 717 and it's at 23%.
718 and we're looking at 27%.
I've been saying it lately, but if you are curious about Android, this is the best phone to get as an iOS user. Pixel UI is pretty darn good for your average consumer. I find that Android 14 is very refined. Actually, I would argue that it's a lot better than my current experience with iOS 18. iOS has become a bit of a mess in my opinion. A lot of settings used to be so easy to find and now it's not as easy. The photo library got a lot more complicated as well. The file system is really not that good on iOS. It almost feels like for the first time ever, Android on Pixel is the more intuitive OS this year. Android is so good at delivering notifications as well. Swipe gestures make a lot more sense. It's something I never thought I would say. Simple multitasking is a thing on the Pixel. The app drawer makes far more sense and it feels complete. A proper keyboard with better predictive text and better number rows. Better UI scaling options is also available to you. I could literally go on for a while. iOS, on the other hand, with time, is becoming a bit more of a mess. And while I appreciate their new customization options, which I personally think they are clean, it still feels a bit limited. But I do love the way you can customize the lock screen quite a lot more, and always on is just really good. iOS 18.1 also fixed a few issues like apps freezing for 5 seconds at the beginning. If you watch my iPhone review, you'll know I did suffer from that. Aside from this, I mean, iOS is so good with its own ecosystem. I think it's better than the Pixel, that's for sure. FaceTime is the thing I missed the most. I also love live activities so much. I also enjoy the new voicemail feature on iOS. RCS support is finally really good, and I think it's a huge advantage for both phones really. And I also think that live text is still better on iOS compared to the Pixel. However, with the Pixel, you do get proper integrated Google services, which is what I use the most. Look, at the moment, if you were to switch to Android, I do think Pixel is the way to do it. Android 14 is really good for the average consumer in my opinion, but it's not perfect. However, I do think that the days of iOS being more polished and delivering a more consistent experience are slowly fading away.
John and I are just waiting for Walid to get ready for the gym so we can all go to the gym. You know, I was on a really good roll with the gym, like I really was, and then we started traveling again for work, and then it just destroyed my gym schedule. If any of you guys have tips or tricks on how to stick to the gym and how to have a consistent schedule with the gym, please let me know. I would hugely appreciate it. I think these shorts were a bit too tight, so... Yeah, so like I should be getting it back like Thursday, Friday when we come back.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna wrap it and do the window tints. So you're eating now?
Yes, I'm having. I just finished my salmon.
Okay, that's good. All right. Well, I'll see you soon.
Me too. Bye.
Bye. Ciao, bro. Yeah, bro. Tomorrow I'm gonna be early at the office. All right, bro. Take care, bro. Oh my God, I am so tired, guys.
First time we met, face to face. Kiss on my neck. How could I?
So that was our day. Look, I absolutely love the Pixel. It's funny how close in terms of battery life the Pixel gets to the iPhone. I know the iPhone is on paper a more powerful phone. Jan filmed vlog during the day, which drains battery a lot.
I am chilling at 35%.
Bro, it's pretty similar, man.
No, you have to understand that I shot log.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is
Shooting
very
log
true.
is
It
it'll
eats
up your battery.
Okay, so bro, the iPhone 16 Pro Max battery life is just absolutely insane.
Shooting log, and I'm like 3% below you.
That's crazy.
But you have to keep in mind that the Pixel is about $500 to $600 cheaper, and the iPhone is a phone that, out of all flagships, has the best battery life yet. It's incredibly hard to put both of these phones side by side in order to compare battery life on days like these, mainly because Jan has his own habits and uses his phone a bit differently compared to me, although I think today's comparison was fairly good and accurate enough for the average consumer. Anyways, look, I'll leave you guys with this. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and I guess I'll see you guys all soon. Take care.
I know my place.